I'd like to extend a warm welcome to all of our Commonwealth heads of government. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the arrival of members of the royal family, Her Majesty the Queen and His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales. Thank you, Emily. Could I ask everyone to be seated? We will now celebrate the Commonwealth's musical connections with an instrumental collaboration which draws on a range of folk styles and features musicians from across the Commonwealth. Please now enjoy this musical performance of Shepherd's Hay. one constant throughout the Commonwealth's remarkable history has been the dedication, insight, and experience that the Queen has given. The role she's played is much admired. The formal opening has always served as a vibrant and visible expression of our diversity, and the ceremony this year is inspired by the theme Towards a Common Future. You will now hear a musical performance from 6 singers drawing on vocal styles and traditions from around the Commonwealth. The performance has been created especially for today and is based on a song that's become a youth anthem, Unwritten.
Staring at the blank page before you, open up the dirty window, let the sun illuminate the words that you cannot find.
Reaching for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Release your inhibition. Feel the rain on your skin, no one else can feel it for you. Only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Drench yourself in words unspoken. Live your life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins. The rest is still unwritten.
Only you.
I can't live that way.
Staring at the blank page before you, open up the dirty window, let the sun illuminate the words that you cannot find.
Reaching for something in the distance, so close I can almost taste it. Release your inhibitions, feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you, only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Drench yourself in words unspoken. Live your life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins. The rest is still unwritten. Staring at the blank page before you, open up the dirty window, let the sun illuminate the words that you cannot find. Reaching for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Release your inhibitions. Feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you, only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Drench yourself in words unspoken. Live your life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins. Feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you, only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Drench yourself in words unspoken. Live your life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins. The rest is still
Only you.
Thank you. You'll see that there are a number of young leaders who are with us today, and two of them will now share their remarkable Commonwealth stories. Devika Malik and PJ Cole are recipients of the Queen's Young Leaders Award, which celebrates exceptional people who are using their skills to transform lives in their own communities and to drive change across the Commonwealth. I now invite Devika and PJ to tell us about their experiences.
I am a para-athlete with a congenital disability. My mother, who also has a disability, became India's first female Paralympic medalist. Together, we established the Wheeling Happiness Foundation. Our aim is to give young people with disabilities confidence and independence through sport and equip them with life skills. We also work with schools and employers to break down barriers of attitude as well as physical ones. It can transform lives. One of our beneficiaries, Shweta, was abandoned by her husband after polio progressed and left her unable to walk. With our support, she took up sports. Over the last 2 years, this single mother of two has emerged as a self-reliant sportswoman with national and international medals to her credit. As a member of the Commonwealth Youth Sports for Development and Peace Working Group, I have made connections with others in my field who share the same objectives. As a Queen's Young Leader, I have been able to meet and collaborate with young people making improvements in the lives of their own communities. Last week, at the Commonwealth Games in Australia, inspiring para-athletes were in action, achieving extraordinary things, demonstrating abilities beyond their disabilities. The Commonwealth is a pioneer in recognizing that the youth are leaders of today, not tomorrow. Young community leaders with disabilities gathered for a roundtable on Monday to discuss their vision for an inclusive common future. There is a growing commitment from Commonwealth governments towards empowering people with disabilities. My experience is testament that when people with disabilities have a voice, the society is a richer place. Thank you. I now hand over to PJ.
Thank you, Devika. I would like to share with you the remarkable story of how a group of former child soldiers have become community leaders and are rebuilding their nation. Back in 1996, moved by the plight of child soldiers in Sierra Leone, my parents invited over 800 young people into our lives. All were victims of war. Pulling them out of the conflict and into our home, I shared my clothes, food, and parents with them. Although they had committed many atrocities, my father had the vision that with the right support and education, these young people will go on to be those who would rebuild the nation in years to come. Today, a group of these former child soldiers with whom I shared my life are now standing shoulder to shoulder with me. And together, we're running 4 schools, a safe home, and a vocational training center. We're working with farmers, running businesses, rebuilding Sierra Leone. Faced with the atrocities of the Ebola disease in 2014, our team of former child soldiers started a new fight to end Ebola. We designed an Ebola education program which equipped over 100,000 people with life-saving knowledge. We provided support to over 12,000 quarantined individuals. We also partnered with others to build an Ebola treatment center, which treated over 270 people. In the last 6 years, we've had to deal with Ebola, cholera, floods, and most recently, a mudslide that killed over 1,000 people and left many young children orphaned. We have also supported colleagues in the UK, in Mozambique, and in Dominica in diverse ways. See, during this week's Youth Forum, a colleague pointed out to me that it is time to move away from merely talking about including young people to recognizing that our young people in the Commonwealth are proffering solutions to some of the biggest challenges that face us. And my experience bears that out. Thank you.
Thank you, PJ and Devika. Your courage and your determination inspire us all.